Good morning, welcome back, and today we are flying with WestJet TransAtlantic all the way from London to Halifax, Nova Scotia. WestJet are a bit of a low-cost carrier, and this flight, TransAtlantic, only cost me £184. Why Canada? Well, I'm going on a little bit of an adventure. I'm going to be attempting to travel all the way from Halifax, Nova Scotia on the Atlantic coast to Vancouver on the Pacific coast. All of this by train in the cheapest possible seat. So, if that sounds like something that you're interested in, follow along. Right then, after all of that, I think it's time that we head inside the airport and we go and get our flight. Well, that might be the fastest that I've ever done security here at Gatwick. I end up flying through here fairly often because some of the more low-cost, long-haul carriers come from here, like today. And fair play, that took 2 minutes all in. Great. Staff are great here today. Yeah, brilliant. And welcome to Gatwick Airport on a Tuesday morning. It's busy as usual. You can kind of imagine what it'd be like this time in the morning. It's when all of the cheap flights leave. It's got all the restaurants, cafes, breakfast places that you want, and that is what I go for. I make a visit to an airport classic. I go to a Wetherspoons, nice little breakfast and a pint of juice. A little bit more expensive than you'd pay on the high street though, but it was pretty good. The usual, that Wetherspoons breakfast was fantastic, however slightly overpriced compared to their non-airport restaurants, pubs, not a restaurant. So yeah, I have got probably about half an hour until my flight starts boarding, so I will probably just grab a drink and head over to my gate, I think. If anyone's new around here, I'm John. Welcome to the channel. Really good to have you here, and I hope you enjoy some of my videos. I started making travel videos because I thought there was a little bit of a niche in the market. Travel videos for people who don't want over-sensationalised, clickbaity videos like that. Real travel for real people doing normal things. Places can be fun, places can be interesting, but also there's a reality to travel, and I'm trying to bring a well-rounded version of that to you. I don't know. If you enjoy it, then stick around. If not, there are plenty of other travel content creators out there for you. But if that sounds like you, then maybe consider subscribing and sticking around properly. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get back to the video. The good positive of Gatwick is that there's loads of seating and also quite a lot of foodie places. So, kind of like this. Look, there's absolutely stacks of seats that aren't all taken, which is quite nice, as opposed to some airports. Looking at you, Stansted, they can get pretty busy very quickly. Okay, so sat down here at the gate now, very quick process, and then yeah, we should be getting onto our WestJet flight very shortly. Annoyingly, we had about a half an hour delay while we were sat at the gate, which was not really ideal, but we were promised that we would make that up while we were in the air. There's our little plane down there. WestJet does have a sort of business class. It's no lie flat option or anything like that, but it does look fairly comfortable for a 6-hour run. Obviously, that's not what I'm flying today. We're doing this economy, and we're doing this cheap as possible. This is my seat in the window. The seats were pretty comfortable actually. They were like leather backed and quite cushioned. Power in the seats, seat back pockets. They give you a blanket as well, which was unnecessary on this flight, but good to know. The only real negative is that there is no in-flight entertainment system at all, and also my plug didn't work. were quickly up in the sky, and I decided to try and connect to the WestJet Wi-Fi. Apparently this is supposed to be very, very good, but for whatever reason I couldn't get it to work on my phone. It might have been me doing something wrong, but it's just putting that out there. Then after a couple of minutes we had our meal service come around. I was quite impressed with getting a meal service in general. Some of the other low-cost transatlantic carriers don't do a meal service, so that was pretty good. And you know what, it actually looked like it was going to be pretty nice as well. Little bottle of salad dressing with the salad, nice looking dessert, and a main as well. So the salad was pretty standard, is kind of what you imagine. The main was very nice. It was chicken in like a tomatoey sauce with tons of potatoes and lots of green beans. Very good from me. And then the dessert was like a little chocolate truffle kind of thing. All round I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10 in terms of plain meals, if I'm honest. Time for a little toilet tour. I've got a new thing for this, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's in all right condition. Everything's pretty well stocked. We are about 3.5 hours into this flight. We've all had meal service, everything like that's done. Probably got around, I don't know, 2.5 hours left, hopefully. They did say that the tailwinds were very good, so we should get in a little bit early. Like I previously said, no in-flight entertainment, so I had to make do with some stuff that I had downloaded onto my MacBook. Before I knew it, we were descending over onto Nova Scotia. This was the edge of the Cape Breton Island, or Ile Royale, as it used to be known in French. We made really good time on this flight. We were pretty much running at about 5.5 hours at this point. Ended up clocking in at about 6 hours all in for the flight, which in my opinion is fantastic because it's advertised as 7. Not sure whether you can kind of make this out, but on descent into Halifax, some of the sort of autumn coloured leaves were absolutely stunning. Like I said, not the easiest to film from, well, however many thousand feet, but unbelievable. Well, there we go then, guys. We are off the plane. We are landed here in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I am going to go and do my Canadian immigration stuff now. And then we'll head into the city. And we will get this Canadian adventure underway. So the airport here is actually a bit of a building site. Okay then, right, we are through. We are here in Halifax Airport. This is us. So I am gonna go to the ground transportation desk behind me, and I'm gonna buy a ticket for our bus into Halifax downtown, because it is quite a distance between the airport here and downtown centre. You literally go to the ground transportation desk, so you want to go to downtown, and the ticket costs you $4.75 Canadian. So that is pretty good in terms of public transport options to cities from airports quite far away. It's probably one of the cheapest. Okay then, just outside waiting for the bus. Goes from by here. I think I have overestimated how cold it's going to be, because it's actually pretty warm and I definitely don't need a coat on. So I'll have to sort that out. And also I've just realised I forgot to bring a hat or sunglasses, which I will need to sort out today, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to see. So yeah, the bus is leaving in about 20 minutes, I think. They're once an hour, so it's not too bad.
Downtown Halifax style.
And here we have it then, folks. Off the bus in downtown Halifax. This is the transit centre here. Well, I figured this is a slightly nicer place to finish off today's video. We're down by the waterfront here in downtown Halifax. Just by there you can see the flag of Nova Scotia and the flag of Canada. So this is where this video is going to finish. I quite enjoyed WestJet. I thought they were much better than I thought they were going to be. In terms of the price point, I thought they were much higher class than other low-cost long-haul flights that I've taken before. I'd definitely fly them again, personally. Yeah, let me know what you think. Anyway, enough of that. This is where this one finishes. Next time we will be exploring Halifax, so stick around if that is something that will interest you. And yeah, see you next time.